presentations. Today we are going to study about three different styles of CSS. So cascading style sheets can be performed in three ways: internal CSS, external CSS and inline CSS. So today we are going to see the demonstration of each. So this is the code which I have prepared, a very simple code. Please observe this carefully, the basic structure. This is the basic structure, and I have used heading 2, H2 tag and P tag, okay, repeatedly 3 times, 1, 2 and 3. And we are going to see separately how internal, inline and external style sheets are applied on these three examples, okay, three set of examples. So this is a very simple HTML tag. I have not included any CSS right now, just prepared the basic code, okay. So now we will study internal CSS. To perform internal CSS, provide style tag inside the header section. Now this is the header section of the web page. Starting from head tag opening till head tag closing is the header section of the web page. To provide internal CSS or internal CSS. Internal CSS is also known as embedded CSS or internal style sheet or embedded style sheet. It's one and the same, okay? So to provide internal CSS inside the header section of the web page, provide style tag this manner. Style tag has an attribute type and the fixed value. This is the fixed value text or CSS. Fixed value you have to use if you are using type attribute. So style tag starts, it is a paired tag, style tag closes. Okay. Now how to provide CSS? To provide CSS you have to use CSS syntaxes or CSS definitions. Okay. So if you are using element CSS means you can use any HTML tag as a selector. Okay, so in this example I have used only two type of tags, H2 and P. You can use any type of tag, any level of heading tag, any type of formatting tag, paragraph tag, table tag, IMG tag, whatever you want to use you can use. And provide element selector. Provide element selector in the sense you can use any HTML tag as a selector. Okay, so here in this example I have H2P, H2P, H2P. That means two type of selectors I can use which will be easily applied. That is H2P and also body. I can provide selector to body, selector as body also. It will be applied to the whole web page. Okay. So this is known as element selector. When you use HTML tag as a selector, it is known as element selector. So we will use element selector. I will use H2. But when you are using any HTML tag as a selector, you do not provide the angular brackets. Okay. Just the name of the tag. Then, how do we write syntax of HTML? Selector, HTML syntax or HTML declaration or HTML definition, CSS syntax, CSS declaration or CSS definition consists of two things: selector. Now we have mentioned selector H2. After selector, we are going to mention declaration. Declaration is enclosed inside curly brackets. Okay, declaration is made up of property and value. Properties are already predefined. Predefined properties we have to use, just like in HTML we use predefined tags, predefined attributes, and sometimes values are also predefined. Okay, in that manner CSS is completely different from HTML, but it has predefined properties and sometimes values are also predefined. Okay, so each declaration is made up of a property and a value. Okay, example of a property: color, which will provide color to the text. Okay, so I am giving magenta. This is one declaration. Combination of one property and a value is known as a declaration. Each property and value is separated with a colon symbol. Now I'll give next property. You can give multiple declarations. Okay, and each declaration must end with a semicolon. Okay, or multiple declarations can be separated with semicolon. Now next property I am going to give background color. And I'll give, okay, let's try to apply these two properties. Okay, so let's, I'm saving it, and now we will see whether internal style of CSS has been applied to H2 tags. Okay, how many H2 tags we have? We have three H2 tags. So these features, which features? The text color should be magenta and the background color should be cyan, should be applied to H2 tags wherever I have used H2 tags inside the container of body. Okay, so let's save, and this is the basic output without any CSS, and now I am refreshing it. See, CSS has been applied wherever I have used H2 tag. CSS properties have been applied. The text color is magenta and the background color is cyan. Okay, so this is the very simple way in which you can provide internal CSS. In internal CSS we provide style tag inside the header section. What is the header section? Head tag opening till head tag closing is the header section. Okay, and you can give multiple CSS syntaxes or definitions. Okay, so one I have given for H2 selector, another I can give for P, and I can use various properties. I'll use border property. Border I'll give solid. There are many types of border: solid, dash, dotted, groove. Okay, you can use any one. And border, you can provide multiple values in border property. Okay, and separate each value with space. One value I have given solid, I'll give a space, and I can provide thickness to the border. For example, 2px. Okay, now px suffix is only used in CSS, not in HTML. Do not confuse this. Okay, when you are using any number value in HTML, you are not giving any px suffix like that or point suffix. Okay, just provide pixel value. For example, 10 pixel, just give 10, or 10 percentage, 10 percentage symbol. Okay, px, pts, all these suffixes are used in CSS only, not in HTML. You can also provide color to the border. For example, I'll give blue. Okay, let's see if it is applied or not. See, wherever I have p tag, all the p tags multiple times I have used, they have got border. Okay, so now we will provide another property. So before, sorry, after the declaration, there should be a semicolon. Okay, and I'll give another property. For example, padding, which provides blank spaces around the text. I can give in pixel values. Okay, let's see if it is applied. See, 10 pixel spaces are applied around the text. Okay, now next property, mm, let's give font style. Font style, three values: italic, oblique, normal. By default it is normal text. You can give italic or oblique, both produce same effects. Control S, refresh. See, italic has been applied. Okay, I can provide body selector also. Okay, and let me give background color background dash color pink. Lot of spelling mistakes. See, background color has been applied to entire web page. Okay, so you can use body as a selector also. So these are the examples of element selector. Whenever you use any HTML tag as a selector, it is known as element selector. Okay, and this is the example of internal CSS. Now we are going to study about inline CSS. Okay, so after internal CSS, how to perform inline CSS, that we are going to see. In inline CSS, you can use style, which we used as a tag in internal CSS. In inline CSS, you can use as a attribute, global attribute. It is applicable to all the tags of the HTML that you use from and whatever you tags enclose inside the body tag container. Okay, it is applicable to all the tags of HTML. So here I have mentioned the text inline style sheet. So let us try to apply inline style sheet in these two tags. Okay, so I will use style attribute. Now in double quotes, you know the rule of HTML. Whenever the value is going to have use of multiple symbols, okay, or mixture of characters, numbers, and special characters, you have to enclose the value in double quotes. Okay, so now generally, like the way you give declarations, you can provide declarations. Okay, CSS, the way you provide declaration in CSS, same way you can give value in HTML. Okay, so for example, you want to provide font family. I'm doing lot of spelling mistakes, please excuse me. Font family, and in font family property you can apply any font name. Okay, for example, Algerian, I'll give. Let's see if it is applied to this text inline style sheet. We will try to refresh and see if there is any change over here in this text. Okay, see, this is Algerian font which we have applied with the help of font family property. Okay, you can apply any other font, for example Times New Roman if you want. Times space New space Roman. Control S, refresh. So this is Times New Roman style that has been applied. Any other style, comic, for example Sans MS. Let's see how this works. Okay, see how nicely it has got applied. Okay, another property if you want to give before after sorry after every declaration there must be a semicolon. Okay, now I'll give any other property like font size. For example, font, let's increase the font size 40 px. Control S, and I will refresh. See, the font size has been increased. So this is how you provide internal style sheet. Internal style sheet can be provided to any tag of HTML. Okay, it is a global attribute. In this way, you provide inline style sheet. This is the example of inline style sheet. So till now we have seen the demonstration of internal or embedded CSS and then inline CSS. Now we will see the demonstration of external CSS. Okay, external CSS. Okay, so we will try to apply external CSS to this two, not only these two tags. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so in order to perform external CSS, you have to provide CSS definitions externally. Okay, not inside this HTML file, externally. So for External CSS, first of all, you need an external file. Okay, so now we will create an external file. So I have taken a new notepad. This is a new notepad and external CSS file we have to create. In external CSS file, there is no mentioning of any HTML tag. Okay, so I will provide CSS definitions. So let's take body and curly brackets. Inside the curly brackets, I'll put the property text decoration. There are four values of text decoration: overline, underline, line through, and none. Okay, I'll give underline, then mm, I'll give a class and ID also we can use. Okay, so let me give class. Uh, Provide a class, we can use period symbol first of all and provide any random name. Okay, any random name as a class. So I will give class yellow curly bracket and provide background color yellow. So this is the class I have made. Now, okay, right now I have put only two properties. You can put as many you want. Okay. Now I'll give extension. First of all, file name. For example, file name I'll have given style.css, not .html, .css you have to provide, okay? And I am right now I'm saving it on desktop. Saved, okay. So now let's see. Okay, now after creating the external file, you have to link this external file with our HTML page. You can link this style.css file, external CSS file with not only one but multiple HTML pages. Okay, so what has to be done inside the header section of web page? Now this is the header section. You have to provide link tag. Link tag is a singular tag. Okay, link link. It has three attributes. First of all, href, and in href you have to provide the file name of external file, that is style.css. Okay, then there is a type attribute. Similarly, the type attribute which was used in the style tag over here, same to same. Okay, and the value is again predefined value only you have to use, fixed value you have to use. Okay, and there is another attribute known as rel, which provides relationship. Okay, and the relationship is style sheet. What is the relationship of this file style.css with this HTML file? Style.css is a style sheet, is a file which has style sheet, and this is also the fixed value. Okay, predefined value. And now we will try to see if those effects are applied to our web page or no. Yes, see, all the text has got underline effect. Okay, and I have right now I have created that class yellow, but I have not used inside our HTML tag, so it has not been applied. So I will use over here. Okay, how to use class? After creating a class to use in any HTML tag, I can use the attribute class equal to name of the class. The name of the class was yellow. So let's see the output. Oh, refresh. See, background color has been applied, changed. Okay, because I have used class over there. So externally, these two effects. Externally, background color is applied to that particular h2 tag because I have used class over there, and underline effect I have given to the body. So all the text inside the all the contents inside the web page will have the underline effect. This is how external CSS can be performed. Okay. So right now in this example, I have used only two CSS definitions or two CSS syntaxes. You can use as many you want. Whichever will be available in the HTML page will be applied and rest will be ignored. Okay. For example, if I create a selector for B tag. Okay, this is element selector B. We use B tag in HTML bold. Okay, so inside this, I will provide letter spacing. For example, property letter spacing. Letter spacing. If I give npx, okay, but I have not used B tag at present in this particular HTML file. So this effect will not be applied. I'm saving this external file and I am refreshing the output of HTML. Can you see any letter spacing effect? No, because B tag is not available. For example, if I put B tag, let's put B tag. B tag. This is bold text, any random text I have given. Save. And it should be applied with letter spacing property. Okay, let's see if that gets applied. See, this is bold text and it has letter spacing and bold effect and also underline effect, which we provided externally with the help of this text decoration property. That has also been applied. Okay, now what I was saying about, I said px, this suffix is specifically used in CSS, not in HTML. Okay, now for example, I nested this p tag with font tag. Font tag has three attributes: size, face, and color. In size, you can provide the font sizes. 1 to 7 HTML font sizes available. You can provide any value between 1 to 7. In color, you can provide name of the color, uh, and it will be applied to that text color. Then the last is face. In face, you can provide name of the font like Arial, Times New Roman, etc. So right now I am giving size is equal to, for example, 7, biggest font size. Okay. Now see, when I give number values, pixel values in HTML, I should not put px, okay, or pts. Fine. So only if you are giving percentage value, then you have to provide percentage symbol. Okay, for example, 50%. So 50% symbol. Okay. Otherwise, for pixels and number value in HTML, you do not provide px. That's it. That is wrong. Okay. Now let's see if font size has been applied. Okay, I have started font tag, but I have to close font tag also. Here I have nested font tag and b tag. Okay. So the tag which starts first will end last according to nesting. Let's see if the font size has been increased or not. See, the font size has been increased. This is the biggest font size available in HTML, size 7, and by default HTML displays size 3. 3 is the default font size. Okay. So I will stop the video now. I hope so. This three type of CSS is clear to you. Okay. When we use internal CSS, style tag is used inside the structure of head tag. Okay. And inside the container of style tag, you can provide CSS definitions. Okay. Like this, which are applicable to the contents in the body and as well as inside the body. You can use element selector, class. Okay, you can use id also, so that we will cover in the next video. The type of selectors, there are 4 type of selectors, okay, that we will cover in the next video. So that was about, this is the example of internal or embedded css. This is the example of external css, where we provide the link attribute in any html file, not necessary one, you can provide in multiple html files, okay, and provide the file name with the help of href attribute. It will link that file and apply the css definitions externally to all these tags. Okay, so this is style.css. This is the external file which I have made. An external file has only the CSS definitions, nothing related to HTML. Okay. Link tag is used to provide external CSS. Link tag has 3 attributes: href, type, and rel. Okay. In href, you provide the external file name, and the extension must be CSS. Okay. You have to save the external file with .css extension file name and provide .css. Type and rel, they have fixed values. Type has got text slash css. Type is also used inside style tag also, and rel also use fixed value, that is style sheet. Relationship of this file with the html file, you have to mention that is style sheet. Okay. And inline css, in inline css you can use style as a global attribute, and the value that you give is the declaration of css enclosed in double quotes. Okay, and you can give style attribute in body tag, and all the tags that you use inside the body tag, let it be form, table, image, audio, video, you can list. Okay, you can provide style any tag of html that is used from body in body tag also, and all the tags inside the container of the body you can use it. Okay, one thing you have to remember, when you are using suffixes like px, pts in CSS, that is only for CSS, not for HTML. In HTML, number and pixel values do not have suffixes like pta, ptx or pts or px. Okay, so I'll stop the video now. Thanks for joining. I hope the topic is clear to you.